Okay. I just realized I'd read this card and all this other stuff before I realized that I had the audio turned off. So let's try this again. Fishing gear locks stink after 2 days. The sewer is now miles back and the river is just ahead. As luck would have it, a perfectly serviceable raft is tethered on the bank to a young Stardew sapling. Its owner is nowhere in sight, but hopefully he won't mind that his vessel was commandeered for a good cause. Still the question of what to do about these ripe-smelling gear-lock clothes, though. The more time spent washing up at the shore, the greater the chances of a mech assault, but the sea bronze fearsome crown can detect rancid smells from miles away. So we have two options. They're both combat. You'll notice that neither one gives us a bonus, so we're going to get 2 training points and a loot and a progress point, regardless of which choice we choose. The first one is PQ baddie points include a crown. It appears injured from rancid scuffle another of its kind. When it enters the battle mat, it does so with half HP. Interesting. And then let's freshen up. The second option, that is a raft option. The other one's a forced option. The mech approaching the area with its guard down. PQ is baddie points including the mech. When the mech enters the battle mat, it does not have any defense. Right? So, what to choose? I need to look up one quick thing here. Alright, so what I was looking up was to see. Wow, that's really loud. Hold on a second. There we go. Maybe that's better. It's to see if. Do you remember the crown and the mechs are 3 points, right? We're on day 2. We only have 2 points. So I wasn't sure if we just put one of those out. But it looks like the book, the rules state that if you cannot use those bidded points, there's not excess points, which in this case there's not even enough for 1, then we don't use them. So we will have our normal 2 mechs. The question is, do we want to do it in the forest or the raft? I'm going to choose the forest. So we're going to place our mechs. We already know what they are. So the first one gets 2 health. It is melee, so it's going to go here in lane 1, like so. The second is the timid geophage with the treasure and the flea. It is also melee. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. And there's the chip, and there's that. All right. And we have their initiatives. So the first initiative is 4, and then the geophage is a 2, and we will roll for our. We don't have a baddie stack either, so we don't have to worry about that. Just going to set that right there for now. We're going to roll for our initiative, right, and hope we roll quite well. And we got a 4. So we get to actually act first. Now, the interesting thing here, I think, is that, of course, we have to place. I kind of almost think we need to start in this back corner because this guy is going to try to come at us, but we don't have a way. Oh no, he's got dodge. Never mind. We need to start. Oof. I don't really know where we need to start, actually. Yeah, we're going to start right here because we don't want him to get close to us and steal the loot that we have. So we're going to start him there. Okay, and I think that's what we're going to do. So let's start round 1. we get 4 decks. We have to use, let me do it this way. Let's go back to our die here. We have to use, and we need to set our dice order to 5. We have to use this die, right? That's not the roll, just putting it in there. And honestly, because knowing that we need to use Power Spike, I think we're going to sit there. Yeah, I think we're going to sit there. And we're going to roll all 3 defense dice. Try to just build up our bones. I'm also going to go ahead and take this first loot and use the power converter. So I'm going to just set it over here off the screen in a discard pile. And that's going to set our counter to 3. Okay. For our power converter. So let's roll this. See what happens. Okay. Wow. Well, really, as you can see, not a whole lot of what we wanted. Dang, that sucks. Okay, well, I guess we might as well put those up there for now. And we did use a water, so we have that. We did use a water, so that's going to go down to 4. Since we did not use any of his other skills, that's the way that works. I guess I didn't explain that. So you start the venture with a hydro valve, the primary. The first die selected has to be the hydro valve. That's this die right here. It does cost a dex. Either we have to use the backup plan or hydro as a result, because you can see that I believe it's 50-50. Yeah, 50% of the sides are water, 50% of the sides are backup plan. Gaskets derail, destroy, pressure, require hydro. At the start of the turn, if gasket has no hydro, it takes damage. So that's basically true, and that's he takes 1 true damage. So we have to make sure that we keep our health, which is why I've got this down here. Okay. So yeah, we dropped 1. We dropped 1. And we can't do anything with that. So this goes to defense. Oops. And that defense die, we didn't do anything with it. So that is his turn. Now we go to the Chimp Acrobat. And remember, one of his skills is Blind Strike. And it's Blind Strike 1. It says before this unit moves, it does 1 damage strongest adjacent unit. Well, the only adjacent unit is this unit, which is another baddie, but he will hit him for 1, which is nice. Then he's going to move, and I'm going to have him move 1, 2, and then he's going to attack us. We'll roll. And he gets a bone, which means he misses. Okay. That was pretty straightforward. Then our other unit moves. Again, moves closest to us. So we'll say he moves to here. And his treasure and flee, nothing happens, because remember, his flee. And off camera, I'm referencing this because I want to make sure I get this right. It's not the end of round 2 or 5. Okay, so it won't be till the end of the next round that he will leave. Right, that he'll move. So that quick, that is the end of round 1. We go to round 2. I'll scoot these down and then move them up as I do. He's going to go again. Gasket's going to go again. And again, I believe I'm going to do the same thing. Roll 3 defense die in my. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it like this. Instead of doing it with that camera, we're going to do it like this. So I'm going to roll 3 defense die and my hydro. All right. Okay, so we got 1 water, 2 bones, and another defense, which is not exactly what I wanted because I kind of wanted some more bones, but I guess I'll take what I got to take. So we slot those, and of course we have to use the hydro. That goes down to 3. And that is his turn. Now, this unit goes. It attacks with blind strike, the strongest adjacent unit, which is going to be that unit. For 1, that's an automatic 1. And since it has no defense, there you go. Then it's going to attempt to attack me. Alright, so it's going to roll this attack die. Let's get a 1 that time. We'll take that off this die. And he's done. The next unit is going to be this unit, who's going to move next to me. And he is going to... Oh, he should have had... Oh, you know what? Let's give him one of these health back. I forgot. He should have rolled a defense die to begin with. Oh, nothing. So on his turn, he's going to roll a defense die. And get nothing. Okay. So he's going to move, and then he's going to roll that. So he actually ended up taking both of those. Now, here's what sucks. And this is going to go back here. You're into rounds 2 and 5, which we are now at the end of round 2. Flea happens. And so he comes off the board. And he goes, whoop. We'll just put him over here in the active stack. Let's put this right here. This will be, I guess, the active stack. That comes off. These come off. He's gone. That's the end of round 2. And remember, because of his treasure, or his flea, yep, I have to discard a loot. We'll only have 1 loot, so that goes away, which is why I did that converting early. And we go to round 3. So before battle, we check to see if there's anything in the BQ that can come on. Of course, the one that we just got rid of can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6, and he is going to come in basically in the same position. All right. And then we start the turn. Again, we start with Gasket. We're going to roll 2 defense. We're going to roll 3 defense in our hydro. Yep. All right. Come on. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, that's sort of good, I guess. So you see there, 3 bones and a 2 defense. So we'll slot the 2 defense for now. We'll slot the other 2 bones. And then we have to place this. So now we've got a choice here. Okay. We can, with Gasket, we can put the bone here, here, or here, which means we could have dehumidifier or program or power spike. So dehumidifier, Gasket gains a hydro and adds or increases the defense die by 1. That would be if it goes in the 3rd place. Reprogram has to do a direct die, so there's nothing to do with that. Power Spike, deal 3 damage to adjacent units. All units adjacent to that take 2. All units adjacent to those take 1. So we could outright take this guy out. Which may be good. The dehumidifier is nice with 3 bones. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use. Kind of wish I had maneuvered him a little bit better. So we're gonna go select them like that. Then we're gonna use all of those, which means all these go away, to use Power Spike. Now remember, Power Spike is not an attack die, which means it will damage him, which means bada bing, bada boom. He goes away, comes out, and he is defeated. We'll come off there. Okay. Then we have our Geophage go. He's going to move 1, 2. He can't do anything. Go to round 4. Gasket's going to go. He's going to move 1. That's 1 dex. We have to use this. That's 2 dex. We're going to use an attack die. That's 3 dex. And a defense die. That's 4 dex. So now we can start trying to damage this guy, hopefully. Should we do it that way? No, we're going to drop the attack die and roll one of these defense die. So, well, no. Put that back. Let's roll the attack die. Let's see what happens. Okay. Well, we have 2 attack and 2 bones. Remember, this green bone has to be used. So we'll resolve the roll. 2 damage. Oh, you know what? I did not roll for his defense last time. Alright, he had 1. So 2 damage. First damage, boom, comes off the defense. And then 1 more comes off his actual life. That's resolved. Then we have the bones. Interesting. We have to use hotfix, which means we have to add another defense die. Okay. Now he's going to attack. He's going to roll his defense die and roll a bone. It is not the end of round 5. So we go. Because now we start round 5. There's nothing in the BQ. Again, we go. We were going to roll 1 die, 1 attack dice, and 2 defense dice. Because we're going to take out that defense die. And let's see what we get. A bone, 2 defense die. I guess we'll slot 1 of those. Can't do anything with the other one. 1 damage. And hotfix has to happen. So we'll increase that up to 2. And that goes here. Then he goes. That's us. He goes. He rolls his defense. At this point, it's academic. that was his turn. Now he is going to, because of his flea, go away off the board. This is the end of round 5. And he'll go over here. And technically that'll come off. Then we go into round 6. He comes back on the board. Position 2. No, sorry. Position 1. After us, then we both have to take 1 fatigue. Then it's going to be our turn. We're going to use the power converter to add that point of health back that we just lost. Then it's going to be our turn. We're going to move 1. That means we have 3 decks left. We have to use that. We're going to use an attack die. That's 1 for moving, 2, 3 of our 4 decks. And of course, we'll go ahead and use a defense die, hoping to get a bone. And let's see what happens. Alright, we get 2 more bones, but we do a damage. So 1 damage comes off. That die is resolved. Let's put it over here. That die is resolved. So then we'll slot our bones. I do it in that order so we have 1 bone to build off of, potentially to get the dehumidifier. We do have to use hotfix. So we put that there. This slides down. This goes here. That was our turn. He goes and rolls his defense, which is nothing. Excellent. Next round. This is really just a game of attrition at this point. He goes and loses 1. I lose 1. My turn. Again, I use the power converter, whoopsie, to add the 1 back. I'm going to roll an attack die, hydro, which I'm required, and 2 defense. Hoping to get 2 bones. Okay, so 1 defense, 1 attack. Comes off. And then I did, in fact, get 2 bones. Wow, I've been rolling those bones really well. So, dehumidifier. I gain a hydro and also add or increases the defense die by 1. So I get a hydro, so this will go up to 4. And I get to increase this by 1. So to come out, that goes back to the mat. That was me. He goes, which means he's going to roll a defense. Wow, he got a bone. Cool. Beginning of the next round. He takes 1. I take 1. I'm just going to keep that right here because the start of the round, I go first. I use the power converter to add my last hit point, and now it's my turn. 1 dex for the hydro, 1 for the attack, 2 for the defense. I've got to hit him because if I miss, we're both going to die in the next round. So, all right, here we go. Good. All right, awesome. I did hit him. All right, and I can slot the bone, but I can't use it, so there's not really a lot going on there. That comes off. It comes off. And we have completed the encounter, which is awesome. So let's take a look at our card again. So remember, we didn't get any We chose this option, which we didn't put anything on there because of the, gotta get this right, BQ. So what do we get? We get 2 training points and a loot. So I'm going to put this here, which is going to give us 2 progress. So the loot, we'll draw it. Power cell, reroll any dice, which is awesome, except that he can only use it for what he can use it for. Take him off the battle mat, put his initiative die here, put this back to round 1, go ahead and clear all that off his mat. So 2 training points. What do we want to do? Well, I think we need some sort of offensive attack for sure. So what are our options? We've got blitz or ram and cut or grab. So ram, deal number damage to an adjacent unit, move that unit 1 position. So basically, it's an instant. So ram, basically a 1 in 3 chance to do damage, which kind of sucks. I think we need something better than that. Cut is going to be affecting 2 units in a straight line, which is nice. You see that says affecting 2 units in a straight line. Cut, place, bleed, effect, die. So that's definitely an option. I almost wonder, because remember we have 2. Of course, if we did use the cut, then that would for sure use a water. Because if we look at cut, all the sides use a water. Decisions. Let's think about this for a minute. All right, we're back with Gasket. So I decided on what I'm going to do for skill points. I'm going to take 1 skill die, or excuse me, stat die. I'm going to go ahead and increase his attack. He's got a lot of defense, so I need to do something to do a little bit more damage if I can. And then I'm also going to take cut. And the cool thing about cut, which is the number 9 die for him, is that this die adds a bleed effect. If you remember, bleed is true damage, which is awesome. So high defense units are not going to be hopefully as much of a problem. And it does it for if there's 1 or 2 in a row in a straight line, whoever the target is, I can hit 2 of them, which is awesome, if I choose to use that. So we'll see what happens. I was really tempted to take another canister and maybe attack, but I felt like I probably needed something with attack so I could do a little bit extra damage, because I felt like defense was good, and I thought cut would be a good way to maybe spend 1 water on a turn and, hit 2 units with bleed, and that's an automatic 2 damage a turn, which is going to be very beneficial for me. So that is day number 2 down. We have got 2 of the 7 progress points, and so that's good. So now let's go to our end of day, to our recovery phase. We don't have any loot, we don't have anything to lockpick, so we can rest and recover. Well, he's at full HP because he still only has 2. He can search for better loot. We don't we have a loot, but that's not going to do us any good. Or we can scout. So, to no surprise, we're going to scout. 5. Well, what does a 5 get us? 5 gets us, we can reveal up to a 5-point baddie. We've already revealed 1. Let's go ahead and reveal 1 point and see what we get. I hate this guy. Now, this is going to look very familiar. Not because of Too Many Bones, but if you've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, to me he reminds me of that monkey. And this guy is just as annoying. I know that's a little bit, there we go, that's a little better. So, 3 health, 4 initiative, ranged, not too bad. 1 attack, 1 defense, not too bad. But he's got untargetable if he rolls a bone, which sucks. So, again, that's a good candidate for cut. So we know we have that coming up potentially. We're fixing to go into day 3. So if it's a standard encounter, let's say it's combat, that's going to be 3 points. So him and 2 others potentially on the board. Hopefully, we can do okay. We'll see what happens in day 3, which we will start shortly. Yeah, I think I'm going to... Yeah. I'm going to cut it here. This is probably the 2nd episode for you guys, but I did the 1st and 2nd episode in one taping, if you could call it taping. It's kind of... It's totally unrelated. I don't know what I was thinking of this. It's kind of interesting to use the phrase, right? Because we don't really tape this anymore. We just record it digitally, but it's not like tape in the classic sense of the word. I don't know why that come to me, but it did. So yeah, we'll stop right here before we go into day 3. I think we're doing okay so far, but as you know, if you've played Too Many Bones before, in the fickle world of Too Many Bones, things can go from doing super peachy to we just got the crap kicked out of us pretty quick if we make some poor decisions and have some poor rolls. So we'll see on day 3 how Gasket continues to fare. Hopefully well. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Excited to be doing a playthrough on the channel again. I know it's been a while. Apologize for that, but hopefully you're enjoying the content. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching the channel and being awesome community members. I'm the Board Game Roamer, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.